Before we get started with the show, I just wanted to remind you that if you need help with your letter of intent, go to residencyhelp.com to look at the information there, and then let me know that you'd want to work with me one-on-one at tonythepharmacist@gmail.com. That's tonythepharmacist@gmail.com. All right, let's get started with the show. Hey, welcome to the Pharmacy Residency Podcast, a member of the Pharmacy Podcast Network. I wanted to let you know about an opportunity. A friend of mine, Janine Kelbach, who is a nurse, an OB nurse actually, who has a writing business, and she's been given an opportunity for pharmacists to do some paid writing. You can contact her at hello@thesavvyscribepodcast.com. And so it's HELLO@THESAVVYSCRIBE podcast, podcast.com. And it's kind of like a day in the life as what type of pharmacist you are and so forth. You'll have to contact her for the details, but I know that she runs a great business, and I've talked to her a couple of times on this podcast. In addition to that, what I wanted to talk to you guys today about was how you pass the MPJE, whether you are a current graduate who is going on to a new state, your same state, or a different state. Now, TLDR Pharmacy does have a great MPJE worksheet, and what it does is it organizes all of the things you need to look for. And if you've not yet tried to study for an MPJE, you'll find that you just get this book that is a very thick book. Or maybe you've been given a law class by your college, but you're not going to be in the same state. So the first thing really to do is figure out, well, how bad is it going to be? And that really depends on the state. So for example, you don't want to look at a single college in the state. You want to look at all of the colleges in the state. So for example, if you want to look at Maryland, you'll see Maryland's MPJE score, and then University of Maryland Eastern Shore's MPJE score, and Notre Dame of Maryland MPJE score. And you'll see that relative to other states, it is one of the toughest MPJEs, and it's almost like sports, where it's a game of inches. It literally there is no crushing the exam. It's passing by a point or two. So it's going to be that you studied that little extra, got that extra one, and that's what made you pass rather than made you fail. And I'm not trying to scare you. I don't get any money if Brandon, sells 1 million MPJE worksheets or whatever. But I'm just saying that it is a conversation you do not want to have, to tell your employer that you need to retake the MPJE. And I get it. Idaho, I think, doesn't even require it. You can get licensed there without it. I think that's how they do it, because they found that the MPJE it just didn't work. There were just only so many laws and so many questions you could ask, and it just really wasn't very much. Where you've got something like California that has the CPJE, which is just the NAPLEX again, is what I've heard is one way to describe it. But again, it's really more about the clinical in addition to the laws, and then there was obviously the CPJE problem that we had last year. So again, when it comes to the MPJE, it's really taking that extra time to, one, make sure that you study the law that you've been given from your college. Two, make sure that you're learning what the differences is, and I think it's a lot easier to compare and contrast. So if you're going to prepare, I would make 2 sheets. Excuse me. Make 2 sheets, one for the state that you're from and one from the state that you're going to. And I would study for both at the same time. You say, but I would get things mixed up in my head. Well, you're going to know that your home law is this, and then you have something to contrast it to. And it really is just a lot easier to remember something when you're comparing it. So instead of just saying, okay, I just want to remember this many days for this drug or this rule, and some places have very weird rules, that you have something to contrast it with. So my advice when it comes to the MPJE, 3 things. 1, over-prepare. Don't blow it off. It is a very uncomfortable conversation. You can lose your job, or you can lose the job which said you had to have a license in a certain number of days. 2, TLDR Pharmacy's MPJE worksheet has done phenomenal. Now, it's an empty worksheet. You have to fill it in yourself, but there's plenty of classmates that you can work on it with. And then 3, not only do your own state, but also work on another state to compare and contrast. I think Hillary Blackburn has passed the MPJE in like 12 states or something crazy like that. I don't remember what the number was, but some of those people that work in different states, because she has 340B in her life, has to pass many, many states. So if you work on multiple states, I think it's a lot easier than trying to just remember exactly this is the thing for this state. So again, good luck. And always, if you need help with CVs or letters of intent, please contact me, Tony the Pharmacist at gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Messenger on Facebook. Hey, thanks again for listening to the Pharmacy Residency Podcast. I do encourage you to go to residencyhelp.com, get on the mailing list. I'll send you out an email every Friday during residency season, but then afterwards, I'll still have a number of episodes on helping you get through residency itself. And then if you're somebody that's looking at residency in the future, I'll also have content for that as well. If you have a question, I'm pretty good about getting back to you. And if I don't have an answer, I will know someone that does. So thanks again for listening to the Pharmacy Residency Podcast. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please do rate and review. It really matters in terms of our ability to reach more people. Thanks again.